You may have recently heard the news the governments and central banks all around the world have been ramping up their gold purchases. According to Reuters, central banks bought more gold in 2022 than they ever did in any other year since records began in 1950. And this gold buying spree? Well, in spite of soaring gold prices, central banks are not showing any signs of slowing down their colossal purchases. In January 2023 alone, central banks around the world added a further 31 tons of gold to their coffers. Central banks are buying up gold almost as if it's running out, which I suppose it kind of is. One thing that's definitely not talked about enough is that the world is running out of gold, and it's running out fast. Scientists estimate that there are only around 50,000 to 60,000 tons of gold left here on Earth. While 50,000 tons may seem like a lot of gold, it's important to remember that we're burning through these reserves at an alarming rate. We currently mine over 3,000 tons of gold each year to be used in jewelry, industry, high-end electronic devices, and of course as an investment device. This means that we're expected to run out of gold here on Earth in approximately 16 to 20 years. Gold is in fact significantly more precious than diamonds and other precious gemstones. That's because unlike diamonds and precious gemstones, which can be manufactured by scientists in labs, we're unable to create gold, silver, and platinum in labs and factories. I guess you can say that we're just stuck with what we have here on Earth. This can potentially turn into a serious issue as gold is used in many of our modern day electronic devices. For example, it's estimated that there are around 0.034 grams of gold in each and every single iPhone out there. While that may not seem like a lot, bear in mind that there are over 1.5 billion iPhones out there. Our depleting gold reserves are perhaps most apparent when we look at the global gold mining production. Despite soaring gold prices, gold mining companies have struggled to keep up with the demand, resulting in the world's gold production effectively flatlining for a number of years now. Though we may have 50,000 tons of gold left, this gold is becoming increasingly more difficult to mine and refine, raising costs of production which are passed on to consumers and investors. To give you an idea of how difficult gold mining is becoming, we'd like you to think about this. Back in the 1960s, mining companies were able to extract 10 grams of pure gold from a ton of ore. Nowadays, that number has dropped to just under a gram of gold extracted per ton. That's the equivalent of grinding the entire Statue of Liberty into fine dust, only so that you're able to extract a teaspoon's worth of precious material. And they say mining Bitcoin is hard. In his book, The New Case for Gold, author Jim Rickards argues that declining gold reserves, combined with the ever increasing demand for the precious metal, could cause gold prices to rise to 10,000 US dollars per ounce, up from the current 2,000 US dollars. Other estimates are much less conservative and suggest that we could see an ounce of gold go for 12 or even 13,000 US dollars. After all, it's hard to evaluate the price of something that's not being made anymore, or there's not any of it left. However, whichever estimate is right, gold is unique in that it's a finite precious material and a universally accepted store of value. That's why we think you should buy the gold rush.